All right, we're live. What's going on, man?
What is up on COVID Tuesday?
COVID Tuesday. This is False Start, episode 2. It had a different name previously, but I am a hopeless brander, so we're now calling this False Start. We last week we did the 2000 class, right?
Did
And we kind of went through it and just looked, and the only thing I even took away mainly was Jason Witten was sub 110 and was recruited as a defensive lineman. So that's the only thing I even remember. So we're going to take a slightly different approach. We are going to pick. So we've done some research, and you and I, we're going to alternate picks. No rules. It's whoever you want. We're going to pick 1 through 16. And take who we want. And I think that's going to be a little bit easier way to sort of digest the top 120. And we're not basing it, we're basing it on what we know now, obviously. So if you had a time machine and you could go back and redo it, that's what we're doing.
There's only one guarantee, is that I will be a better GM than the Houston Texans have right now.
They're just shipping them out, man. What was that last deal they made? Was it Cooks? Did they
Brandon Cooks for a second and a third, or just second? I don't know. At this point, whatever.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yes, you can outperform. What's the coach's name? Jeez Louise. It's been a long day.
The Brian?
Bill O'Brien. There we
Bill
go.
O'Brien.
Should have never left Penn State.
Yeah. Stay in college. Stay in college.
All right. So just to give you guys a little context, this about the year leading up to this because context is important, right? So let me flip over the comment section here. So this is coming off the 2000 year, and there was a pretty good summary. You don't even need all the really detailed stuff, but I really want to get to the picks. Oklahoma was the champion.
Probably the worst year for BCS games. Did you look at the BCS games? Were just horrific. I mean, if you want to touch, I can touch on that real quick.
Yeah, do that.
The national championship was the Orange Bowl this year. You had Oklahoma, Florida State. This is where Bob Stoops kind of cemented himself as a
big game, Bob.
Big game, Bob. Oklahoma won. I don't even know what the score was at this point in this year. I didn't care. It was the Orange Bowl.
They won.
Rose Bowl was a spectacular versus Washington and Purdue. Washington and Purdue. I mean, come on. It's classic. Fiesta Bowl.
Wait, that was Breeze, though, wasn't it?
It was Breeze. It was Breeze.
Yeah, it was Breeze. That's why they were in the Rose. That's why Purdue was in the Rose Bowl.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Fiesta Bowl, which produces unbelievable games. Not this year. Oregon State and Notre Dame. Oregon State, I don't remember a thing about that.
That's the fighting Dennis Erickson's is what that was. That was right after he got clipped from Seattle. He went Miami, Seattle, I believe Miami, Seattle, and then he was back at Oklahoma State.
No, Oregon State.
Oregon State. Yeah, Oregon State.
Oh. I mean, I could care less.
Hang on. This score can't be right from that national title game.
What was the score?
I'm going to give over under 24 points.
Total?
Yeah.
Over.
You ready? Oklahoma, Florida State. This Wikipedia says 13-2.
No.
Wikipedia's got 13-2.
No. We're gonna look that up while we're talking. The Sugar Bowl. The Sugar Bowl at Miami and Florida. Obviously, for SEC fans, we could care less about these two teams, but a good matchup. This is the year that Miami was that the real score?
That's the real score.
It was the
real score.
What? I don't remember that at all.
Oklahoma won 13-2. I don't remember it being a game like that. Can you imagine?
Florida State.
I guess that's a little better than 6-3, but
National
Holy
championship game. Wow.
That's right. Okay. All right. Well, all right. We don't want to talk about it too much, but man,
Yeah.
13-2. Damn, what a shitty game. I don't remember it being so bad. We didn't see. We were eating poo all that time. We didn't know. We didn't know any better, man. We should have known better. Let's see. All right, your Heisman Trophy winner was Chris Winkie.
Chris
Yikes.
Winkie. Had a pretty star-studded Heisman class that went on to some great things. Had, I believe, Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, Josh Heupel, and Chris Winkie in the top 4. And Winkie and Heupel went on to coaching fame, I guess.
LT
That's right.
too. LaDainian Tomlinson, Michael Vick. We got a Marquise Tuiasa Sopo sighting on this list.
Really?
And then the reason, they were in the Rose Bowl. So Ken Simonton, Oregon State running back. Rudy Johnson is the only SEC person represented here, running back Auburn, who didn't have very big numbers. All right, that was your Heisman winner. I don't really care about talking about necessarily the other.
I do want to remind you of something and see if you remember. Do you remember in 1992 playing in a really hot gym as a 7th grader against this team called St. Pius X?
Yes.
St. Pius X had this tall, lanky, 6 foot, probably 7 guy at that time with Baby Shaq in the back of his head. I think he went for 60 on us. Who knows? It's been so long. We'll say 100. And that guy was John Henderson, your Outland Trophy of this year.
Right. Oh my goodness, boy!
So I feel like you and I contributed to that trophy.
Yeah, the only thing ever happened to me, I got ran over by Sean Marion. But yeah, we did. We made him stronger.
That's right. From the bench.
Dan Morgan from Miami won a lot of awards defensively. So, yeah. All right. Very cool. So, and Bob Stoops won most of the coaching awards. Let's see what else we got. The coaching thing we agree with. So, the NFL draft, top pick was Mike Vick. Leonard Davis went number 2, a guard out of Texas. Gerard Warren, 3, D tackle out of Florida to the Browns. Justin Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson, Richard Seymour, Andre Carter, David Terrell. Yikes!
We need to redraft this. Jeez.
Yeah, we should. We'll go back and do that. Like we'll burn our way through college and we'll flip this. Something called a Jamal Reynolds got drafted out of Florida State 10th. Let's see. What's the most ridiculously low one in the I'm looking real quick. Drew Brees going 32.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And got traded during that draft, right? Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
He's a nice pick. So we did this last
draft.
We did this last week. A few interesting rule changes in college, and the reason I bring this up is
I love this stuff.
Yeah, I think we all believe some of these things happen from the outset, but this shows how far behind. Not until the year 2000 was the crackback block illegal.
Really?
In college.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
There was a little bit of, on how they wrote the rule. Also, you could not fake a substitution. And we covered that last week with the 12 men out of the huddle.
12 men out of that being illegal for the first time was pretty wild to me.
So this year, you could not rush to the line. You could not fake a substitution and rush to the line to hike the ball. Very odd rule to write.
Okay. That is someone very powerful in the coaching ranks got very pissed at something happened to someone.
I guarantee it was Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier. Yeah, Saban didn't have the juice yet.
So this is the good one. This is the good one. This is the first year that the tackle box is identified in college football for intentional grounding.
What?
Yes.
That's like programmed into our brains now.
Yes. First year that they ever use the word tackle box in the rules.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been helpful.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know if any of those top the bandana. but
No, the bandanas. That's going to be the best. That's going to be the best. Last two notes of the recap. This is the last year of Spurrier at Florida. This year, this run that he made into the Fiesta Bowl or the Sugar Bowl, and also the last year for Woody. God rest his soul at Vanderbilt.
Wait. So this was Spurrier's last, or is almost his? I thought we beat him his last year in 2001.
According to,
because it was the 9/11 delay game.
According to me, you could be right. Maybe it was the end of this year. You know, these college years you can't figure out. So we'll look. We'll go towards the next draft for this one.
Yeah, because it was Grossman, and we may or may not have got a little hand. There was a senior defensive back in the end zone. It was completely legal. God knows they got away with enough. I'll show. All right, so now we're going to jump into the recruiting. I'm going to share our screen for just a second, and I want to share. I want to show everybody what the recruiting rankings were once the recruiting was done. This is not like they went back and redid it. This is what they actually looked like when it was all said and done that year.
LSU at number 2. That's pretty interesting. During this year,
man, they are loaded. Yeah, a lot of the people that I think I'm quite interested in taking are from LSU. So, Florida State had 11 commits and 5 stars, 6 4-stars. Like, that's really nice, but that is weird that this system.
Yeah,
I mean, they get 26. I guess they must have had a lot of 1 and 2 stars. Obviously, I guess they did. Them being LSU.
Florida State probably lost some recruits for cheating or something.
Who knows? Maybe they lost their Dillard's discount. Michigan 3, Tennessee 4, Oklahoma 5 with 30 commits. Good grief. Oklahoma State, Auburn, Miami, Arkansas, and Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame. More than a lot of the same folks here. Yeah, but
look who's missing from this list, though.
Oh, Alabama?
Yeah, where are they at?
Are they still dealing with DuBose, or are they on to
are they
on to Dolphins coach's kid?
Yeah.
What? Why can't I think of his name? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll think of Shula.
Mike Shula.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what we've got. And now is the time we've all been waiting for, is to make our picks. I have one little note I think that's interesting about this class. So 247 does, forgive my scrolling, everybody. 247 does all-time ratings, going back to 2000, I think it is. And they update it, every year. So, you could theoretically get bumped off. But I just wanted to point out what we had, who was represented in this class in terms of the top 300.
And this still represents them as a high school senior and how they were at that point in time.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hang on.
The highest was at number 33 in this class. Not a stellar class.
No, and my computer's like freaking out. Give me 1 second here. Let's just do the old zoom down. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so 33 is the highest they've got. So that's Kevin Jones. Brody Croyle is, and again, these numbers, everybody on the far right, these numbers are what they rank like right now in terms of top 300. So, this bunch had, is there an 18th? Nope. This bunch have 17 out of the 300, which, what is it? So we're talking, they've been doing this 20 years, do a little math. That's not, I guess that would be a little above average, actually. I don't know why I'm so down on this class. This is a little above average. Of course, this isn't retrofitted. It's like Ben Wilderson. I don't know if he ended up being, I don't recognize his name. He's number 13. So again, they don't go. This is how they rated. They don't go back and retroactively change it. So I guess I shouldn't be that shocked. So yeah, Kevin Jones, Brody Croyle. I've heard of him, obviously. Roscoe Crosby. Not a lot of guys in the top 100. So you got 4. Sean Cody, Tommy Harris at 137. These are all-time ratings again. We've got one on here with Tennessee's Jabari Davis. This is probably my favorite next to Brody Croyle.
He's about to get bumped. He's going to get bumped.
Yeah. Joe Mauer. Never he went – did he play any college baseball or did he go straight to the Twins? I think he went straight to the Twins. He never played a down of football that I am familiar with. So there we go.
Joe Mauer, he was a name. I mean,
yeah. Well, he made a lot of money playing Major League Baseball.
I'm just looking it up really quick because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I think I saw his draft history. He basically got recruited, signed, then went in the baseball draft. I think that was it.
You're right.
Yep. All right. So here we go. They've got 17 out of the top 300. And again, this was their rating at the time they were seniors. This is not a look back at what turns out were the best recruits, which is what we're actually going to do. Okay. So you have given me the first pick.
Your honor.
And yeah, thank you. I am going to turn the screen off for a second. Oh boy. I got a hot board, so I'm going to go.
You are going off the board, aren't you? That seems like an easy first pick.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Man, I think I'm going to take. You're right. I'm taking Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm taking Larry Fitzgerald.
It's hard to pass up that career right there.
It is. So yeah, and you look at his numbers. So in 2 years, Larry Fitzgerald it puts up 161 receptions, 2,700 yards, and 34 touchdowns. He had 22 touchdowns his final year. He won the Blitnikoff. He won. He was runner-up in the Heisman Trophy. He set all kinds of records at Pitt. And pretty much is just buckets. You could count him anytime. And now we're gonna get up and down. I need somebody that I can count on. I don't have to have, everybody thinks you gotta have that blazer down the side, that bomber. I need the guy who can run the route on the seam and catch it.
Do you remember Larry Fitzgerald had a catch in college with Pittsburgh, a one-handed catch? This is way before Odell Beckham.
I think I do.
This catch was way ahead of its time, and he's special talent. Special talent.
So Fitzgerald is off the board, and just so you know, there are no rules. My criteria, I'm not really basing their I'm not judging like their NFL career does. Yeah. I'm not picking them based on that. I'm picking them based on their college career.
There's not much NFL talent in this draft. So
no.
There's a little bit. So it's hard to pass up skill positions early in a draft, right? When you got a big board,
right?
A couple defensive players here I'd really like to pick.
Oh, but I'm going to be honest. I think this is. Not to interrupt you, but I'll just interrupt you. No. I think this is a really deep running back and D lineman draft. So,
no doubt. With that being said, I am going skill, going a little paint here. Oh, I like the scroll.
Hey, look at that! Hey, everything is top shelf here at Milkshake Funeral.
Man, Milkshake Funeral's got it going on.
Yeah.
So we got to watch a lot of this guy. I'm going with the Cadillac.
Oh, Carnell.
Yeah, he shared the backfield, obviously.
Yeah.
But what he did when he was in the game, when he touched the ball, there were very few running backs, even though there's quite a few on this list, but it was special. And if you wanted to get in the end zone, as long as you weren't within 5 yards, because Ronnie Brown was getting the ball,
Yep. We
Cadillac.
watched him run over people for our favorite team.
Yeah. Yeah. So a little bit of paint there as far as SEC bias, but man, I watched a lot of Cadillac.
Yeah. Let's see. And what are his because I've got him on here. Let's see.
Cats are not exciting when you kind of look at them in a time capsule.
Well, hang on.
He's on
Hang
your,
on there.
yeah, let's look at touchdowns and let's look at some stats here.
So yeah, here I'm gonna defend your pick. Doesn't need much defending. I know I've got him on here. He was definitely on my board.
He's at the bottom.
Is he before or after?
Pretty close to the bottom. So
Pretty close. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I don't have up. Oh, yeah, I got it pulled up. All
You
right,
got
let's see.
Yeah, I'm starting.
Not yet. Should have been prepared, right? All right. So here we go. So let's see. 45 career touchdowns. Not bad. Not bad. Only 6 in his freshman year. He played. I actually didn't know this. He played 4 years.
He had an injury that kept him there, I think, about a year longer than he probably wanted to be.
Yeah, played 9 games in freshman year, 7 games his sophomore year, and then 13 and 13. So averaged 5.2 yards a carry, ended his career with 3,800 yards on 741 attempts. Had a couple 80-yard runs. Averaged 91 and a half yards a game with Ronnie Brown in the backfield. That's respectable.
Yeah, that's very respectable. Yeah, I like that pick. Like I said, this is a really good running back pick. Running back class. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, man. How I kept missing him. Yeah, 45 touchdowns is sick. I mean, because he got hurt. He got hurt one of those years. He finished. Oh my gosh! So he finished his career with 3,800 yards. 45. He broke the all-time Auburn career records of most rushing attempts and most touchdowns. I mean, he beat Bo Jackson's touchdown record, and his career total of 5,000 all-purpose yards is second in school history behind James Brooks, who I do not know. So he had a hell of a career.
Yeah, and
that's
a
good pick.
And our loyal viewer, the Titans idiot, would not let me get away without taking a War Eagle. So
all right, so man, what do I want to do here? Do I want to back, or do I want to? I think I know what I want to do. Do I have the cojones to?
You are on the clock.
I am on the clock. You know what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
All right, I like the big nasties up front. I'm going D tackle.
It can't pass.
I'm taking one Marcus Spears.
Yeah,
out of LSU. So
good pick.
Listen to all right. In addition to just being a monster in terms of size, because he is 6'4", 315. Big. Was it that Jason Sudeikis, that American coach in London? Big son bitch. So check this out. So 2002 is his first full-time year. 46 tackles, 16 pressures, 3.5 tackles for losses, 3 sacks. He's an interior D lineman.
Interior.
2003, 49 tackles, 23 pressures, 13 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. Playing against Oklahoma for the title in the Sugar Bowl later on, he returns an interception 20 yards for a touchdown, and they win 21-7. So this guy is nasty. He won earning first team All-America honors in 2004, first team All-SEC, semifinalist for Bednarik and Lombardi. And at one point, he finished the year in 2004. Interior lineman, 49 tackles, 17 for loss, 9 sacks. Which puts him 4th in the LSU single season records. And for me, if you're getting above 8 and you're an interior lineman and you're getting above 8 in terms of sacks, you're a badass. So Marcus Spears, And he's had an okay pro career. Love his stuff on SEC Network. So
Yeah,
that's my guy.
it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Thank you.
That's a pretty solid team so far. You can build an NFL roster.
That's right.
An NFL roster.
All right. You are now on the clock.
So this is actually kind of tough because there's no rules, right? We're not going to fill a team. We got 8 players. This one gets a little personal with me, but this guy, I'll go ahead and say who it is. Antrell Roll. My second pick.
He was on the list.
Couple reasons. And I don't know if it was his senior year or what. There were some notes on this guy. He shut down Calvin Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep, that was yeah. That's pretty impressive. He's a big dude.
It's personal with me. I'll be honest with you. This is one of the first years I started studying the NFL draft as far as the Titans went. I was for sure 100% that we were taking Antrell Roll with the 5th pick. 100%. There's no way. Is this the Pac-Man draft? There's no way Jeff Fisher's taking Pac-Man Jones and letting Antrell Roll walk. So yeah, we took Pac-Man at 5. Arizona took Antrell at 7. I can't say that it didn't work for both. I mean, Pac-Man, he played okay for us, and Antrell, he played in the league. He played for Arizona. I think he went to the Giants, and an athlete, pure athlete.
Nice, yeah. See, so roll from Miami, right? Is off the board.
Yeah, and how do you not pick someone on your team from Dade County? I mean, come on. I want to protect my guys when we go out on Friday night.
You can teach the rest of them how to party. Yeah, that Miami team was ridiculous.
This is like I said at the beginning. If you look, this is the start of that Miami team that Larry Coker.
Bud Coker. Okay.
So we'll get into that.
Announcers when they latch onto a cutesy name that they like to say, they just drive it into the. I said this last week, but Larry Bud Coker, they always had to say the Bud, always, and now it's Bud Dupree every NFL week. I got to hear Bud. They don't do this with everybody. They just say their last names. I just hate it. It's one of my grinds my gears.
I wouldn't be as good at it, but I'd love to hear your announcer draft. That'd be great.
My announcer draft?
Yeah.
I'm going to piss people off. Joe Buck's not on it. All right. Let's see.
All right. The 3rd pick.
I want to be clever here. I'm going to be so clever.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow some minds. I'm going. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
I'm going back to LSU.
Okay.
I'm going Andrew Whitworth.
Now, Andrew Whitworth.
Andrew Whitworth. All right. Now, look.
I want to hear this.
This dude is 6'7", 330. He's an offensive lineman. He's a guard, and he is a monster. He's 6'7", 330. He is still playing in the NFL today. Not sure. Well, I'm not sure if he was definitely coming back for one more season, but he is one of the most physical and offensive linemen I've ever seen. I'll type him on here. God almighty, LSU had so much talent.
Oh, crazy. It's crazy.
So let's see. Let me give you some of his deets. Again, 6'7", 330. Was a tennis champion and an excellent golfer. So, like, if I'm seeing a guard who's 6'7", 330 and he's doing all this other shit in high school, I'm like, all right. So, sophomore year, 2003, started all 14 games. They went 13-1. They won the national title. He led the team with 1,008 snaps. Very, very durable. 82 knockdowns. Flatback dudes. 2004, he again led the team with snaps from scrimmage on a team that averaged about 400 yards a game. Just won a lot of football games. His 52 starts from 2002 to 2005 ranked 2nd in NCAA Division I history.
Wow.
Right? Behind Derek Strait of Oklahoma. He was All-SEC first team in each of his last 2 seasons, his junior and senior season. So I'm putting him right up front, and even Brody Croyle could throw behind him. So, boom,
Wow,
Andrew Whitworth.
that's impressive. How I want to see video of him playing tennis.
Yeah, I do too. Most of the footage I can see in my head is of him playing for the Rams, especially those offenses here recently that were really good, and he was like the anchor up front. You can't miss him on a sideline. He looks like a big old Viking dude. So Andrew Whitworth off the board. So we're down through we're through 5 now. We might be able to go deeper than 16. We'll just see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I wasn't sure. Well, Roll was on my list too. All right. So we got a pretty even mix here: receiver, running back, D tackle, cornerback / safety, guard. All right. What do you got?
It kind of sets up. I gotta find a big man for my team. Somebody with So this was a tough one.
Hey, you can draft all receivers and running backs if you want, man.
Well, I was going to. There's a lot of skill on this, but I feel like I need a big guy up front. And this, I didn't know as much about this guy, and I started doing some research. But Shawn Andrews, Arkansas.
Yep.
You start looking at the stats of this guy,
Yeah.
and keep in mind, I knew nothing about Shawn Andrews prior to this study.
I knew him from Philly. I knew the name. I knew he played for the Eagles for a while.
Yeah. Did he play for Philly? Okay.
I think they drafted him. He played for the Giants for sure. I could have sworn. Yeah, he got drafted by the Eagles. He plays for the Giants now, I guess. Okay. But yeah, 6'4", 330, big guy. Go ahead.
Big guy. The awards this guy.
Look at all these awards, man.
What did he not win?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So, first team All SEC 2 years, Jacobs blocking trophy 2 years, Outland Trophy final. Okay, so that's not an award. Lombardi and Outland Trophy finalist. First team All American 2002 and 2003. Obviously, he's a offensive lineman, so there's not a lot of stats to dig into. This guy played for an Arkansas team that went up against some of the best defensive lines, and just manhandled guys. So did a little research. I think he's a good player. Definitely deserving of a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I need to see the film of him and Marcus Spears going at it.
Woo!
For sure. All right. Am I going? What am I doing here? I mean, there's
about 18 running backs left. So
I know there's 2 running backs I really want. Man, I kind of want to line up and hit somebody. I've got Andrew Whitworth sitting there. He's like, Brad, go get somebody to run right behind me. We can do this. I'm also very tempted to create maybe one of the greatest defensive lines in the history of college football. So I got 2 ways. You know what? I'm going to be boring on this. I'm going to go Cedric Benson. I'm going to go Cedric Benson out of Texas.
Yeah,
his college career is insanely good. And I want a running back. It's almost like a no-brainer for me. Like he's sitting there yeah.
Yeah, this is Aaron Rodgers sitting there at 28th at that point.
Yeah, basically. So here we go. Cedric Benson's numbers. He honestly, when I was doing this in order, he was the second guy on my board.
Yeah.
So
he was just boring. He's just kind of boring.
Right. It is boring. But then you look at these. So his numbers, Doak Walker Award, senior season, All-American. Finishes his career with 5,500 rushing yards, 6th all time.
Whoa!
Just behind Ricky Williams. He got in a wee bit of trouble for having a little ganja and some minor criminal trespassing, which everybody's done that once in a while. But if you look at his numbers, 4 years. Okay, I'll just do. His average rush is 4.7 or higher. goes up to 5.6. So he's always getting plenty of yards. He's not just like getting garbage reps. So I'll just give yards and touchdowns freshman through senior. 1,012 with another 200 receiving yards. Sophomore season, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 120 receiving. Junior season, 1,400 basically rushing yards, 21 touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. His senior season, 100 rushing yards, 5.6 average per carry, 22 receptions for 179 yards. Final numbers, 5,500 rushing yards, averaged 5 yards per rush. And now with Whitworth sitting over here, forget about it. 64 touchdowns rushing, 3 receiving. So, yeah, I feel good about that one.
Cadillac had 5.2 yards a rush, so,
Man, that was his average?
That was his average.
Now, he had – what did Cadillac – so my man Cedric had 1,112 attempts.
I think it was like 740.
Yeah. See, that makes that sounds about right. Like, it's silly. It's silly how many times he got. And you don't get these numbers if you're not staying healthy every year, too. Like,
those. You
don't really see that much anymore. You don't see a running back running the ball 200, 300 times a year. Like,
no.
Back next year. Let's do it. I mean, he's getting better every year. His rushing yards go up every single year. So
I would be interested to see how many running backs, we'll call it modern era, carried 300 times twice.
Boy, that's a good question.
I mean, we can look it up later, but that's it's not a lot.
It's not going to be a lot. There's probably going to be like a Wisconsin running back on there, and that's going to be about it.
Ron Dane.
Yeah, Ron Dane and Ron Dane. All right, let's see. I got to be thinking ahead here.
I know that's what's getting tough.
There's I got. What are you thinking? What are you going? You got the pick. We are on pick 8.
We're on pick 8, the 4th pick.
Pac-Man is not available.
Pac-Man, he came the next year, I think.
Brody Croyle is on the board.
He was still in high school.
Not yet. You can have Brody Croyle. Just say Brody Croyle.
Well, what's interesting is I've got that picked out. I'm letting that position drop a little bit. We're gonna go.
It's a rough year for quarterbacks, man. And by the way, I'll just tell you right now, it is a shit year for tight ends. So forget about it.
I just want to bring this up. When we get into more of these, how many guys are even recruited as freaking tight ends?
Right, that's true.
I mean,
more now than there were back then, for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about in 2000. It just didn't happen.
And I didn't go much past the top one. So we're evaluating the top 120. So if there's like a stat nerd out there who's like knows that the 10th greatest tight end of all time was in this class, I didn't look past 120. I didn't. We only got time for so much research, folks.
Yep.
But in terms of blue chippers, not a big year for tight ends. Just a terrible year, actually.
Yeah.
This
is my 4th pick.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of stats here, but I remember watching Marlon Jackson play.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember watching him play is he was always in the frame, right? When the play happened, he was in the frame. I think there's something. What is it? Second all-time leader among Michigan player in pass breakups, right? Could really do it all from the defensive side of the ball. Just an athlete, I guess, would probably be the best way to describe him.
Yeah.
Good all-around player. First team All Big Ten selection, consensus first team All-American.
Just like a solid lockdown corner, really. I mean,
yeah. So I've got the outside set. You're not going to score on that. Who didn't you take a? Oh, I got Antrell Roll and Marlon Jackson going to shut down Larry Fitzgerald at this point.
You going D? I like it. Yeah. So I'm going to have to create another ticker, everybody, because we have reached our character limit. And so we will start. We'll start with 8. We'll alternate it. Marlon Jackson. Defensive back, Michigan. All right. Now, I feel like I want to get weird with this one. Or do I want it? No. I'm gonna take. Got a back, and again, there's no rules, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Kevin Jones is there.
I'm taking a lot of backs here coming up.
Kevin Jones is there.
Yeah.
I'm taking Tommy Harris. Yeah, I'm taking Tommy Harris out of Oklahoma. One of the few players in Oklahoma history started every game of his true freshman season. Two-time All Big 12, consensus first-team All-America in 2002, unanimous first-team All-America in 2003. Then his junior year, he wins the Lombardi Award as the nation's best lineman. Was named to the Sports Illustrated All-Decade Team in 2009. In 2003, 37 tackles, including 10 for loss, 5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. And that's another interior lineman. Tommy Harris. He's a bad dude. Like I remember seeing him play in college. So that's a pretty bad pro too. Like that. He was pretty badass pro.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We're doing these picks 10 years ago. As we move forward and we kind of understand more about players in the draft, these interior linemen, you can't have enough. I'm talking on both sides of the ball, right?
Right.
It just you need to turn them out. Ask Alabama when they play anybody.
Oh man, that's their deal. That's how they win their titles. And their running backs, and their money,
and their receivers. They got some pretty good receivers.
Yeah, that that's almost more of like more of a lately thing with Alabama. Well, I guess not.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess not. Julio Jones. It's just weird. Recently they've had like all of them. They've had. Was it Nicolas Cage says in The Rock? He has all the guns now, sir. It's like they have all the receivers now, sir. Them in Clemson. All right, I'm going to clean up our board so I can show our top picks. Where are you headed?
Well, I don't have a receiver yet. Not that it matters. But like we talked about, LSU is just loaded right now. So I'm going Michael Clayton.
I wonder when the Clooney film guy was going to get taken. He it's funny. I completely ignored him on my big board, and then I was like, I'm going to do a little more research in case we go past like 12.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michael Clayton, like, and I have to be careful with this. I get NFL bias definitely creeps in.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like he didn't really have a big NFL career. But dude, he had a pretty darn good college career. Sorry, it's your pick.
Go ahead. It's fine. He did, what was it? He ended with 21 touchdowns, and at that point in time, that was a LSU career record. Is that right? Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I guess Dwayne Bowe broke the record later. Is that right?
Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah.
Star of the Chiefs.
Over Dwayne Bowe. 182 receptions, 4th overall in career receiving yards with 2582, had 7 100-yard games. And what is this? The only player in LSU history to have 700 yards in 3 straight seasons. That's the stat right there that kind of made me take him.
Which one?
700 yards in 3 straight seasons.
Yeah.
So who was his quarterback? You know? Any clue?
I don't know. What year? So that would have been like,
This is the next year is the LSU Tennessee game, the September 11th game. So it's a year before that.
I don't know. The it feels like it would have been Matt Mock. See, Rohan Davey finished in 2001. Jamarcus Russell was 04 to 06.
Yeah, I feel like Matt Mock was the next year. I'll look this up while you.
Yeah. All right, because let's see. I got a pick here. Tommy Harris, I was really glad to get him. That was there was a lot of rumors going around that Brad was very interested in Tommy Harris, and they pulled it off. Oh, big Sean Cody.
Well,
I'm just a sucker for these big defensive linemen. So we got Sean Cody. Reggie Williams was actually pretty darn good at Washington as a receiver.
hang on. Do you know Josh Booty?
Josh Booty.
Josh Booty.
I did not know that. I should have known that. I know that name.
Rohan Davey kind of did some cleanup duty.
Yeah. Well, he sure did. He cleaned us up good.
Yeah, he did.
I think I'm going. Am I going defense again? Yeah, I think I probably am. I'm either going Reggie Williams looks good, but I did get Larry Fitzgerald. I'm gonna stick with the D. What am I doing drafting all these Longhorns? I'm going Derek Johnson out of Texas. So Derek Johnson, linebacker from Texas. Let's see, he was all Big 12, 2002, 2003, 2004. Consensus first team All-America in 2003. Unanimous 2004. I should have taken this guy.
That's your 6th pick?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. He was following his senior season. He was recognized as the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, received the Dick Butkus Award and the Bronco Nagurski Trophy. And here's his numbers. So tackles, let's see. This is what I love about him too. 12 games played, 13, 12, 4 years. Doesn't get hurt much, if ever. He had 300, close to 400-ish tackles. He had here we go. They added it up for me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Derek. Derek Johnson, 458 tackles, 69 tackles for loss, only 10.5 sacks. But again, he was a linebacker. And then he had 9 picks in his career for 200 returning yards. So this guy's he's just a walking disaster in a great way. So I'm taking Derek Johnson.
Yeah, I kind of missed on that one.
He kind of made do you remember his move?
No.
The chop strip. That was his thing.
That was him.
Yeah. That was he continued that for the Chiefs. Had a pretty good so he had 9 forced fumbles in his career. No, excuse me, he had 11 forced fumbles in his career. That was kind of Derek's deal. And he continued to do that in the pros.
How many great pass rushers have gone to the Chiefs? Just seems like
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
I feel like Dwight Freeney should have played for the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah. What was what's his name that did the Cowboy was the Vikings and he was a Chief for a little while. He was a tackle.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about. So
yeah, rings a bell.
But anyway, they
guy I can think of is Von Miller right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna stay interior for at least one more pick here.
All right.
And because I need a little bit more defense, and so we're gonna go Sean Cody. And
you got to read his size. You got to tell
that's exactly it. His stats, although impressive, were not, the most amazing stats that you would ever see. I think he played 4 years. He played into a senior year,
right?
Interior, right? What do you? Let's see. 6'4".
Yeah, he's on there. There's a lot about him on there. So this dude reminded me of like the Mountain from Game of Thrones. Like he's like a freak. I was very intrigued. There's quite a few notes on there about him.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I liked it. It seemed like he could just disrupt. 6'4", 307 pounds. Like I said, played 4 years. Senior year, 45 tackles, 29 solo, 10 sacks, 13 stops for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 pass deflections.
No. Deflection, 3 blocked field goals.
Oh!
My man put his big paws up there and knocked down 3 blocked field goals in 1 year. That's nuts.
So I didn't have time to look this up, and I just wanted to wait to ask you. No relation to Mount Cody, right?
It's funny. Right as you say that, I'm typing into Google
And you know why I'm asking this? He had 3 blocked field goals, and there's a blocked field goal in our past that is very painful.
I don't think they're related.
Okay, good.
I don't think they're related.
Good.
Good. All right. Let's see. So you took it was Sean, Cody. Sean is Sean in the world of names, like basic your run of the mill names. Is Sean the most difficult one to spell correctly without seeking clarification?
Jamie, to me, for what I never remember the male or female Jamie, but yes, Sean's tough.
Well, Sean's got like a billion of these different. Wait, how many different ways you spelling Jamie?
Well, it's just where you put the I. Does it go before the M or after the M? It always messes me up. So
I think you're on drugs talking about Jamie. You got Sean. You got SHAUN. You got SHAWN. Just in this draft alone, we had 2 different. Oh wait, maybe
SEAN.
SEAN. 3 is tough. 3 is hard for some of us. All right. And he went to USC. So
that's right.
All right. Let's see.
I know it's coming now. We got some names on the board now. Now we got some very recognizable names. Yeah,
I'm at that point where everybody that I was going to be like, Brad, if you don't draft them, oh man, you're just being a smart ass. So that's all out of the board.
Wait, we only have 2 picks left?
I only have 2 picks left. Wow.
Oh.
Do I want to go? So do we need a biofilm about DJ Shockley? Because
no, the toughest guy in this draft. Tough. I mean,
I'm looking at his career, and there's 2 guys on here that I don't know what to do with necessarily. DJ Shockley and Marquise Hill.
Yep.
Marquise Hill's a big dude. And he actually had a pretty good college career. He's, he died.
Yeah, 2007 Alpha. Didn't he? What was he the one that
Patriots on a jet ski or something?
On a jet ski. Yeah.
Yeah. Which that doesn't really play. There's one more though I kind of want to take just to like blow your mind because I really believe in this guy. I really believe in his arm.
Oh, I know who it is. Oh,
but I think he sprays it a little too much, man.
I know who you're picking.
What?
I think I know.
Think you know? Let me look at Shockley one more time. I just need to see those Shockley stats.
Is the guy you're thinking of a former Denver Bronco and Chicago Bear?
I don't
know. Okay, maybe not.
No, good. Well, shock your ass. All right, hang on. Let me look at Shockley. So his overall numbers, his touchdowns, he had 34 touchdowns and only 9 picks. Now, so David Green, I've got David Green and injuries in parentheses next to DJ Shockley. I don't think Rick knew what to do with him. And you look at when he gets the keys to the kingdom finally in 2005. And he goes for 2,600 yards, 56% passing, not bad. 24 touchdowns to 5 picks, amazing. Those are really freaking good numbers for an SEC quarterback. I mean, they're not like the video game numbers that Tua and Joe.
He didn't have the offensive line that Tua and Joe had.
No, and then he had his senior season. He also had 322 rushing yards, 4 yards a carry, a little over, and 4 touchdowns rushing. So, man, I'm so torn between him and this other guy right now. I'm making one more look at my other man's stats because it's what I think. So should we say if we take somebody that was injury riddled, like I think we can also say that when we make this pick, we're assuming maybe some things would have gone better.
Yeah, No, I mean you're picking him as a college recruit.
All right, then I'm taking DJ Shockley.
Yeah, I mean
DJ Shockley out of Georgia. I already rattled off all his stats. If he can give me for 4 years what he did his senior season, this guy's one of the best SEC quarterbacks in SEC history. So, yeah, I'll take DJ.
yeah, I think you erase everything that happened after Georgia, he's going a lot higher.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, he made a little noise for the Cowboys, didn't he?
Yeah, he started some games.
Or was it a different quarterback? It was with Bill Parcells. No, I'm wrong. I think I'm very wrong about that. There's another quarterback I'm thinking of. It's not him. He played a little for the Falcons, so I'm wrong about that. But yeah, I'll take DJ Shockley out of Georgia for my, I guess, what is it, my second to last pick.
So I'm going to request that we have a honorary mention pick at the end of this. Okay. So,
Okay, absolutely. I've got one too. If I don't get to him,
I've already got a running back. I'm going to take my quarterback and hope you don't take my other running back. And it is not the quarterback from USC. It is Kyle Orton.
You're insane. Kyle Orton was on this list, wasn't he?
Kyle Orton.
Man,
on this list.
That's your Broncos Bears insanity.
There we go.
Gosh.
So I don't have it pulled up, but bear with me.
I have no notes on Kyle Orton.
Bear with me here. Bear with me.
Yeah.
You didn't know about that one, did you?
No, sir. You that's all you meant.
So obviously he followed in the footsteps of Drew Brees, right?
He was in the top. He was on this top 120, right?
Yeah. I think he's like 114 or something like that.
Wow, I glossed over him. Okay, yeah.
So,
where's yours?
Or maybe I cheated. We're not going to worry.
No, I remember that name now that you say it when I was asked. That was one of those. I looked at him like, you're on a road trip and you got to pee bad and you see what's over there on the side and you're just like, nah, I can hold it a little longer. Like that's how I went past Kyle Orton on that list.
So his stats are not at all what I would want. I felt like I needed to take a quarterback, and I was not in I was never going to take Matt Leinart at all.
No.
Ever.
Wait.
Did you miss him too?
I guess I did. He's on this. He's with this bunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So really quick, Kyle Orton. He started 7 games his freshman year, 13, 13, and 11. Finished with just a tad under 10,000 yards. 7 yards per attempt, 63 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. Not great, especially following Drew Brees. He liked to throw it to the other team, and that continued. That continued in his professional career. But at the end of the day, Kyle Orton won some big games. He won some big games.
So. He did. Wow. Yeah, I guess, I never was so you do want him over Brian Randall?
I had to throw someone in there to make this exciting.
That Brian Randall. Wait, all right. What was Kyle Orton's touchdown and picks?
63-28.
All right, yeah. I like Brian Randall, and I think he had a nice senior season, 21. He was 48 and 31 touchdowns to picks. So,
yeah. It's about even.
Okay, well done. And I did not even. I glossed right over Matt Leinart, and I would still take DJ Shockley over him. No, you took Kyle Orton over him though, which I like. All right.
I wouldn't go.
if you can't just have one quarter, I should take Reggie Williams, receiver, University of Washington.
Yep.
But I'm not going to take
Okay.
Reggie Williams, wide receiver from Washington, because I have an obsession with this quarterback, and now I have the opportunity to go back in time and recruit this wild man who doesn't do anything. Sling that rock. You got to have a backup, folks. I'm talking about the pride of the Oregon State Beavers, Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson goes off the board at number 15.
Give me some touchdown interceptions on.
I'm good. Hey, I'm working the ticker here. It's coming. All right. So Derek Anderson.
Could you have more of a basketball name than Derek Anderson? How many basketball?
You have to do a lot of specific Googling to get the stats for him because the internet likes the Kentucky player, but who was a transfer. I didn't realize this. I think Derek Anderson was a transfer from Ohio State to Kentucky. You can Google this in your own time, but I was surprised to see that. I thought he was like an OG recruit for Pitino.
I did too.
Anderson is the fourth player in Pac-10 history to throw for over 4,000 yards in a single season. Just the fourth in history. He set Beaver football records at 4,058 yards in the 2003 season, the same one that set that record.
Wow.
He's second in the Pac-10 all-time for career touchdown passes at 79.
Still standing? Still standing?
I'm assuming it's still standing. Wikipedia is never wrong.
Wow.
It's obviously that's an Oregon State record as well.
Wow.
Well, I guess not obviously. I guess the first place person could also be from Oregon State, but that would be insane. He is the sixth person, just the sixth person, to ever throw for 10,000 yards in a career in the Pac-10.
I'm so glad that you picked him after Kyle Orton and make Kyle Orton look that much worse.
Yeah, my man Derek Anderson's throwing the ball all around the yard. So he doesn't play much his freshman season. And then I won't go, let's see, does any single season jump out way more than the other? No. All right, so now here's the problem with my guy. I'm tossing out the 1 TD, 3 picks freshman year. That's who knows what that was. 25 and 13 his junior season. Throws the ball 449 times. His sophomore season. His junior season, he's 24 and 24. So he's a Jameis man. He is one for you, one for you. We're gonna fix that. DJ Stockton, we may have to invest in a larger staff, but we'll get it fixed. And then his senior season, he's 29 and 17. He throws the ball 515 times. But here's what's weird. His QB rating, even when he was 24 and 24, was 124.1.
It's interesting for a lot of yards. I was looking at QB ratings for these quarterbacks, and I don't think they graded them the same way.
No, I think you're right. I think that number should be lower. Yeah. Now, also his completion percentage, not great. Yeah. 47, 51, and 54. I like that. We're gonna get that up. We're gonna get that up in the 60s. He's gonna be throwing to Larry Fitzgerald. He's got Cedric Benson behind him now, so things are looking up for Derek. DJ's gonna have to be ready to compete.
Derek Anderson is making cornerbacks money. just throwing it to cornerbacks all the time.
Hey, he had a pretty decent NFL career too. He was
the
there in the Browns, right?
He started for the Bills. I think.
What's that?
He started for the Bills and a few other teams.
He started for the Browns and he started for the Panthers, I believe, in relief of Cam during one of Cam's many injuries.
That's right. He started the year for the Browns. I remember.
That was the year. That was the last year before. Oh God, I'm blanking out. I'm tired. The Oklahoma quarterback there now. He's a little controversial, but really shouldn't be.
Johnny Football?
No, not Manziel, man. The quarterback of the Browns now. He's got the commercials. Feeling a little dangerous. Beat our ass twice.
Damn. Baker.
Right?
Baker.
Baker Mayfield. Yeah. So
Damn, we're struggling.
Derek Anderson was the quarterback of the Browns like the last time. Like they had like a winning record. They had it was a young oh man, the guy's always getting in trouble from Baylor. He's basically he's pretty much had a fourth, fifth, sixth chance now. Latest stop, he got kicked off from the Patriots. Big dude. Hell, he was with the Seahawks at one point.
So here's some interesting. If you want to take a segue, a beautiful segue here. So Derek Anderson played against that was Oregon State in that what bowl was that against Notre Dame? The Fiesta Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know who the quarterback of the Fiesta Bowl was?
Was it the guy who got down center and looked like he was taking a shit? Oh, what was his
Brady Quinn.
That's exactly that is who I mean. So it's a scary place in my mind. So I don't know Brady Quinn. I know dude that looks like he's taking a shit when he's trying to take a snap.
Brady who Derek Anderson's backup was in Cleveland.
Ha! That's funny.
I got more segue for you.
Oh, give me another. And by the way, that dude's name was hang on. That guy's name was Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is the troubled wide receiver. So Derek Anderson, Josh Gordon. There was another receiver from Michigan that wore number 1. I think it was David Terrell. He was part of that Cleveland receiving too. Like they kind of like got a bunch of garbage wins at the end of the season, got everybody really excited. Anyway, keep going.
That team had some athletes. So
it did.
So Derek Anderson at Oregon State, right?
Yeah.
How many of those 11 o'clock games did you watch back then?
All of them. Everyone that they would show me.
Who was the running back for Derek Anderson during that time?
Anyone. He's that good.
Steven Jackson.
Really?
Steven Jackson. He was also a recruit.
That's a nice little team.
He was a recruit in this class.
Oh, he was once I thought we'd cap it at 16. I didn't I don't know how great his stats were for his career in college.
No, I'm not picking him.
Oh, you do have the final pick.
Yeah. I'm not picking him, but Steven Jackson, I didn't look up his career, but he was at Oregon State with Derek Anderson. Pretty interesting team, pretty forgot about team.
Yeah.
I cannot go past the old man, one of the best to have ever done it at the running back position.
So not Jabari Davis or Cedric
Jabari Davis
or Derek Hensley.
At the U, Frank Gore.
Frank, did you look at his stats, man? You think you can do
What? Look at his stats. So yes, I look at his stats, but look at who else was on Miami's team.
All right. This is an upside. This is like me and DJ Shockley. You think things are gonna? He's amazing. You think you can get more out of him?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Frank Gore college stats. Have you looked at? All right. 2001. 560 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. 2003, 468 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2004, final year, 945 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Who else was in the backfield?
It was McGahee, wasn't it?
It was McGahee.
Was it McGahee? Okay. It wasn't Clinton Portis. It was McGahee, right?
Portis for
it was McGahee. Portis was before them.
No, it was McGahee though for 2 of the 3 years, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, he's a bad dude.
So we're taking players. I'm taking him on my team as a backup without Willis McGahee. What I know about him now.
Yeah, I like it. And that is the end of the ticker. So the ticker.
I got one. I got one more pick that I'm gonna do. You got a pick.
Let's see.
And I'm gonna give you a heads up.
I know. Yeah, I got a pick.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. I'm taking a player that is gonna be my coach.
Kevin Simon?
Nope. Go take your pick.
Are you taking Robert Bowler?
No.
I always like this guy's game, and I need another one. I feel like I'm taking Kevin Jones out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, how do you pass him up?
Yeah, I mean, he was really, I don't know why I just kept passing it. I see how this can happen to players in the draft. It's like he was one of the main dudes on my board, and I just like started ignoring him, and I just didn't stop ignoring him. Like a stinky cat or something. I don't even know why I treated him like that. Not anything wrong with cats. So Kevin Jones, here's his numbers. His 3,500 rushing yards and 35 touchdowns, 35 in his career, both ranked second on the school's career record list. And he got banged up too. He almost had 1,000 in 2001. Let me skip ahead to his 2003, his big season. 281 carries for 1,647 yards, so 5.7 yards per carry with 21 touchdowns and another 160 receiving yards. So this is a guy sort of in the vein of Frank Gore. Like, well, he was more productive than Frank Gore.
He's more productive.
He beat Frank Gore almost in 2003 alone. But to your point with Frank Gore, he was sharing. I believe there was the running back last name of Suggs. It was pretty damn good for Virginia Tech, and I believe I saw he got hurt. So yeah, I'm very happy with Kevin Jones. I'm going to put him back there with Cedric Benson. We're running behind Andrew Whitworth, and we're not looking back. So yeah, so we're going 18 deep. You get the final pick of the draft.
So just a few notes: we did not pick Joe Mauer, Joseph Adai, or Chauncey Davis.
Adai was on. I researched him, and I just.
Yep.
His numbers were just not enough. It would have been just only because of what he did for the Colts, and this is not really how we're doing that. So
not enough.
No. So I think the biggest one that we didn't draft was Reggie Williams.
Yeah. Did we not draft him? You did. Right? I thought you did.
No, I said I should, but I'm going to take DJ Shockley. I said I should take Reggie Williams, but I'm not going to. So we got to at least rattle off his stats. Do you want to do that before?
I marked him off. I thought you took him. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, his numbers are numbers are sick.
Yeah, let's hear him.
Holy shit. His numbers are really crazy.
Yeah, we should have picked him.
We should have picked him. My bad, Reg.
I got Kyle Orton and Frank Gore.
Right. This draft is going to 19 if you don't pick Reggie Williams. So you do what you got to do.
Right. You got the stats? Give us some stats.
Okay, Reggie Williams stats. 2001, he's a freshman. 973 yards and 3 touchdowns. 973 yards.
Jeez.
2002, he's a sophomore. 1,454 yards, 11 touchdowns, 94 catches. His junior season, 89 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. So his career numbers in 3 years. I mean, this is not. He didn't get. I don't think he was a red shirt. 230 3,500 receiving yards. Why have they got a point on this? Oh, that's the average. 22 touchdowns. So like this guy was just a yardage gobbler. I mean, 3,500 yards is insane. So he was a first team All Pac-10 2002 and 3. Was a first team All America in 2002. You and I blew right through it.
I marked him out. I'm gonna play dumb on that one. If you can dub him, can you dub him in as my 6th pick somewhere in editing?
Yeah, everything can be changed. We got a VFX team. We can do that.
All right. So I am taking my coach in this pick. And you cannot go all the way through this without taking the pride of West End in Nashville, Tennessee, from the high school of Montgomery Bell Academy, coached by Ricky Bowers, the head coach of CPA, Ingle Martin.
Oh, no.
Ingle Martin, who went to Florida as a quarterback. Unbelievable punter. Unbelievable kicker.
I don't care if I'm spelling his name right.
He transferred to Furman, broke records at Furman, Unbelievable.
amazing.
Broke every record in some conference I've never heard of. Ever. What conference is Furman in? I don't know. I barely know they're in South Carolina, right?
I don't even know what is their mascot.
The Furman Furries. So Ingle Martin, he's my coach right now. He coaches one of the best offenses in high school football at CPA here in Nashville. Unbelievable. If you ever get a chance, this guy runs a program like you have never seen. He beat his high school coach 2 years ago, Ricky Bowers, who's now he's now the high school coach at Innsworth. CPA came in there, undermanned, undersized. You know, took that Presbyterian school all the way to the end zone. So
you just sucked the life out of this thing.
I did. I got the hat though.
With the Ingle Martin pick. Let me tell you how bad Furman is. I'm on their website on athletics. I've been here for about 30 seconds, and I still can't tell you what their mascot is.
They don't have one. It's the Ingle Martins.
It's just a big F. It's what you just did to us.
It's the Furman Martins.
All right. Let's. I'm gonna share the screen. And we're gonna recap our picks for the thousands of viewers that will one day, the Martians that will unearth us and want to know what in the hell was the show.
I'm not feeling so good that Reggie Williams is still out there.
Yeah, I took him 19, and that's the end of the draft. Let's see. We got Larry Fitzgerald went 1, Cadillac 2, Marcus Spears 3. My bad, y'all. That's LSU. Probably if you're watching this show, you probably know that. Antrell Roll, Miami 4, Whitworth at 5, Sean Andrews 6, Cedric Benson 7. Probably a little low for the Cedricster. 8, Marlon Jackson. I like that. I had to marinate on that one. I like it. 9, Tommy All Day Harris from Oklahoma. 10, Michael Clayton, LSU. 11, Derek Johnson, Texas. 12, Sean Cody, USC. 13, DJ Shockley. Big upside there out of Georgia. 14, You're on Drugs, Kyle Orton, Purdue. 15, I'm on Drugs, Derek Anderson with Oregon State. Followed by Gore, Jones, Ingle Martin, man, whatever. And Reggie Williams, maybe the second best receiver in this entire class in terms of how he produced, and he goes 19th.
My
if he ever sees us, he'll punch us in the face.
I got rapid reaction here. I feel like you got best value. You took the easiest way out. I went big, and I'm probably going home because of it.
Yeah, if anybody rewatches this, I'm the odd numbers, and Josh is the even numbers. So we'll even put that up here, Brad. This is some pretty good production value, isn't it, Josh?
This is unbelievable. I feel like, wow, look at that.
Just as long as it doesn't feel like when we were sitting in class and they were on the overhead and it was him and the white
on your arm.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Awesome. We'll do this again. I'm intrigued by this NFL redraft. So we'll either do 2002 college, or maybe we'll look at the NFL. And we're going to try and do something with the Bulls show as well. We got to figure out when we're going to come on, because it looked like they're doing 2 hours for that Chicago Bulls documentary Sunday, but maybe they're just immediately re-airing it right after they air it. The first
2 shows. It's 2 shows.
Is it? Okay.
So if you're watching this, send Milkshake Funeral what you think of our drafts. I know what you think. Yeah.
Hopefully it's something nasty and hateful. I want you to put that on the comment section of Facebook.
Thank you.
I thrive on hate. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right, guys.